Today we will discuss about the third module, measures of central tendency, in your paper Social Statistics. Measures of central tendency are a single significant figure which sum up the characteristics of a group figures. The measures of central tendency allow social researchers to determine the typical numerical points in a set of data. The data points of any sample are distributed on a range from lowest value to the highest value. Measures of central tendency tell researchers where the central value lies in the distribution of data. It represents the whole series and conveys general idea of the whole group. Different measures of central tendency used in social statistics are arithmetic mean, median, mode. Next, functions of an average or measures of central tendency. It gives a brief idea of the entire data we collected. It simplifies the complexity of data. It gives a basis of a comparison with other group. Next, arithmetic mean. It is one of the measures of central tendency. It is simple measure and most widely used. It is a commonly used average. Arithmetic mean is a method of representing the whole data by one figure. So, arithmetic mean is a mathematical average. Then the merits of arithmetic mean. It can be easily calculated and simple to understand. It is capable of more algebraic treatment. It can be located even without arraying data. It is stable as it does not differ from sample to sample when the sample selected is sufficiently large. It provides a sound basis for comparison of two series. It is less susceptible to sampling fluctuations. Next, median. Median is the middle value in a distribution. It is evidently a positional average. Median is the value of the item which occupies the central position when the items are arranged in the ascending or descending order of their magnitude. Median is the value of the item which has equal number of items on either side. That is, number of items greater than median and number of items less than median are equal. Suppose the observations are arranged in ascending or descending order of magnitude. The observation which comes in the middle is called the median observation and its magnitude is defined as the median of the data. Thus, median is value in a distribution below and above where half of the values fall, that is 2 halves. The median thus divides an array of values into two equal groups. To determine the median, first arrange raw data in an array. If the distribution has an odd number of cases, the middle will be the middle score, that is the score of the middle case. If the distribution has an even number of cases, the middle will be the sum of the two middle scores by 2. Next, advantages of the median. The main advantages of the median are it is widely used measure of the central tendency, particularly in the field of socio-economic studies. Some of the merits of the median are follows. It is very simple measure of the central tendency of the series. Median value is always a certain specific value in that series. Median is capable of estimation even in the case of certain incomplete series. It is enough if one knows the number of items and the middle items of the series. It is very easy to calculate. It is a suitable average for even such data which are not capable of numerical expression. Next, mode. Mode is the most repeated item in a series. Mode is the value of the variable which occurs most frequently in a distribution. It is the value of that item which is more prominent than all others. By its repeated appearance of value in a series, it becomes prominent and therefore mode can be easily located. Next, merits of mode. It can be easily calculated, simple and popular. Mode can be easily understood and is not much affected extreme item. It can be determined even with the help of graph. It is not affected by extreme value and it coincides with one of the values of the series. Another important section was measures of dispersion. Dispersion literally means scatter of items in different directions from a central point. Dispersion refers to the variability in the size of items of a series. It indicates lack of uniformity in the size of items in a series. Measures of dispersion are the statistical devices to measure the variability in a series. It measures the extent to which there are differences between individual observation and some central value. Therefore, a measure of dispersion computed from a series shows how far there is variability in that series. Next, significance of measuring dispersion. First, to test the reliability of measures of central tendency, significance measuring dispersion is very important, which means measures of dispersions are used to test to what extent an average represent the characteristics of a data set. If the variation is less, it indicates high uniformity of values in the data set. On the other hand, if variation is large, it indicates lower degree of uniformity in values in the data set. To decide consistency of performance by comparing the variability of two or more sets of data, measures of central tendency help in the comparison of the spread in two or more sets of data with respect to their uniformity or consistency. It facilitates the use of other statistical techniques such as correlation and regression analysis, hypothesis testing, forecasting, and so on, to exercise control over variability itself. Measuring dispersion helps to identify the nature and causes of dispersion. Such information is useful in controlling the dispersion. In social science, the measurement of inequality, of distribution of income and wealth require the measurement of variability. Different measures of dispersion. Different measures of dispersion are range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation. First of all, range. Range is the simplest possible measure of dispersion. The range is defined to be the difference between the largest and the lowest observed value in a data set. Since a large number of values in the data set lie in the central part of the frequency distribution, therefore it is necessary to study the interquartile range. The identification of the quartiles enable a measure of dispersion to be defined. This shown as the quartile deviation. The quartile deviation is easy to calculate and understand well. Next, mean deviation. Mean deviation is a measure of dispersion based on all the observation, and so it is a better measure than range and quartile deviation. Mean deviation may be defined as the method in which deviations of items from a measure of central tendency are averaged to study the dispersion of the series. Next, standard deviation. Carl Pearson developed a measure of variation called standard deviation in 1893, which has more practical utility than other measures, as this method established a standard measure for dispersion, and due to its wide acceptability, it is named as standard deviation. Standard deviation is the positive square root of the mean of the standard deviation from the arithmetic mean.